What's good, y'all? It's Jigg Staxks here. I'm here to answer some questions for Sounds of the Future.
I love you, 508.
So I'm Jigg Staxks. I'm from Long Island. I'm an artist. I don't like to classify myself as just a rapper because I try to mix into different genres and things like that, but I make music. That's really it. Originally I'd say it's probably like poetry. Honestly, like poetry was like my original. I started writing poetry when I was younger, probably like 10, 11, and listening to like rap music on the radio here and there. Like I grew up listening to a lot of old school stuff, but I would mix it into like some of the newer school stuff. So Lil Wayne, Eminem, Biggie Smalls, Tupac, so anything that related into that, yeah. Bro, I got my heart broken or something in like 10th grade, 9th grade, something like that. And I was like, you know what, like I'm gonna make a song. And it was around the time where they were doing the, like those challenges. And I was like, let me hop on it. I did one and I just put it on SoundCloud for the fun of it. Like it wasn't supposed to go nowhere. And then by the time I hit like third period, I met kids were coming up to me singing the song. I was like, I don't even know how they found it, but they were like, yo, that's fire. You gotta drop some more stuff. So I just kept making music, but I didn't actually start pushing it and really like pushing the limits and trying my best to really put my music out there until maybe freshman year of college. So it's an interesting scene for sure. I feel like it's very untapped. Like people, obviously with the boroughs can be a little overwhelming. So people are off rip like, Long Island, I don't want to hear nothing from there, which is kind of cool because if you are an artist who's nice and you're putting on, like it gives you an opportunity to shine with the rest of the boroughs and things like that. So I'd say the culture is a growing base. It's in a growing phase right now. We have greats that have come from Long Island. I feel like they don't get enough credit. You know, you got Method Man. Method Man is like a legend. I don't feel like he don't get enough credit just because people are like, oh, you're from Long Island. And so things like that. Damn. I think it's possible. I feel like it's tough because of what we're seeing on the media. I think social media runs a lot of what's going on right now. Like people see things and they're like, oh, like I want to live like that, or like if this nigga don't make that much money, I don't want it, or if she don't look this good and her ass don't look that fat, I don't want it, and they're not looking for anything really genuine. So it's like you really gotta tap base with yourself and be genuine with yourself, and then after that, find somebody else who's just as genuine. If you don't know yourself, it's mad hard for you to really find love. So I think that's the issue, but I think it's possible. It's not impossible to find love. Like my family, I say my family, just like wanting to put us in better positions. My family, my close friends who have been supporting me. There are people who have been supporting me since I first started, and it's like they've been waiting to see me go up. And it would be an injustice for them if I just stopped trying because I didn't feel like I was going nowhere with it. Like, so if I could keep pushing and go somewhere with this, why not make some extra bread, put my family in better positions, pay off a ton of bills, put myself in a better position eventually. Like, I don't want to be in a rat race. Like, I work a 9 to 5, just like a lot of other artists who are striving right now. I don't want to work a 9 to 5 for the rest of my life. I'm sure other people may enjoy it, and that's cool. If you love your job, you love your job. But me personally, I would kill to do what I love every single day. I love music. I do that every day. Personally, I think success is whatever you find happiness in the most. Whatever you feel like you don't gotta overthink, it's not too complicated, it's not nerve-wracking or overcomplicating your life, that's successful. I know people who are garbage men and they love what they do. That's their form of success. They providing for their family, they putting their family and their people in better positions. If I could do that with music, then why not? So I'm learning now that it's necessary to gain traction. Like it can't just be all music. People want to know that like you're more than just an artist. They want to know what you're doing in your regular life and like what else you enjoy aside from just being in the studio every day. So I guess it's necessary for people to get to know who you are as a person rather than just an artist. As of right now, I'm gonna say that like I would be open depending on how the deal was, but I would prefer to stay independent until I get something that I know is gonna be good for me, my team, and my family in the long run. Whatever's gonna help push my career in the long run. And a lot of days, like these days, I've been peeping, you got a lot of independent artists who are killing it by themselves, putting themselves in better positions without any extra funding because they just put in pain. So for starters, finding your own style. You know, like the times are always changing, so music is always changing. If you're not going with something that's in the now, in the trends, you might not catch on. And it sucks because like that might not be your style, but that's what you gotta do for now until you could put yourself in a position to be heard the way that you wanna be heard. As well as like funding. Like it's an exhausting process. Like you gotta really push yourself. Events all the time, showing faces all the time, you know, taking risk all the time, because if you don't, somebody else will do it and your spot will get taken just like that. So just seizing the moment, I guess. Right now we got a couple things in the works. We are branching off into making merch, which is really cool. Like we've been, you know, me and my team been working on designing really cool things that we could put out for people to wear that, you know, just like this, for example, Misunderstood, which is the name of my last project. Well, 2 projects ago, one of my last projects. But also we've been working on like R&B beats and things like that. So we might have a little Jigg Staxks R&B motive type thing going. So stay locked in. Like no matter how hard it gets, no matter how stagnant things get, doesn't matter how many times you look at your Instagram and it's like, damn, I'm not getting the interactions I want, the numbers I want, the traction I want, I'm not getting the opportunities. Just stay locked in. You just got to keep pushing. Because eventually the right person is going to hear you. And it literally only takes one person to put you on the map. One person to put you in a position to be heard or seen. And then you can just take off from there. So, and you never know when that opportunity is going to come if you stop. So
I love you, 508.